Hey, what's up, boys? I had a quick message for you guys today. I'm over here reflecting, you guys, reflecting about the new version of myself and then the old version of myself, before I went on SR. And I'm thinking back to all the stuff that I used to do, and a lot of it had to do with, um, chasing women. And then you guys, I was also taking part in that party lifestyle. I was super consumed in um, drinking, smoking weed, doing all types of, I was doing a bunch of different stuff, man, trying different drugs. But essentially, that version of me, you guys, was somebody who was, just trying to do too much, trying to do all this extra stuff to where I'd be going out to the bars, trying to meet women that way, you know, trying to buy them a drink, trying to, you know, spit game at these women at the bars and being out, out and about and doing all this extra stuff. And it always ended up in, it usually ended up in like a one night stand, casual sex type situation to where, you're not going to find somebody who's, a real partner, but you're going to find somebody that is, yeah, exactly that, casual sex. And, God doesn't want us to be doing that out here, you guys. So I just wanted to make a quick video and read something out of the word that has to do with this, that has to do with chasing women and the party lifestyle, drinking, smoking weed, drugs, all that kind of stuff, you guys. Because for me, that was a huge part of who I used to be. And I want to see well, I know now, but I want to show you guys, what God has to say about all this stuff. So let me break into it. So this is out of Proverbs, Proverbs 31. It says, "Listen, my son, listen, son of my womb. Listen, my son, the answer to my prayers. Do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who ruin kings." So, man, God is telling us right here, do not spend your strength on women. We're not supposed to be focusing on the women. We're supposed to be focusing on ourselves and focusing on our goals, our dreams, our ambitions, our own life, And God promises, I forget what verse it is, but He promises to give us, a wife when it's time, you guys. He promises to help us out, when it's time. And that comes in the form of focusing on ourselves and focusing on our connection with God, focusing on all this stuff first and foremost. And then we're going to become, essentially a magnet. And the girls that are meant to be with us are going to flock to us. They're going to just fall into our lap. That's the whole idea. Especially going on semen retention, guys, because, you turn into a magnet. So it's all about, harnessing that sexual energy first and foremost. Get that life force energy going. Get yourself on a streak, and then, you become very magnetic. So, guys, that's what God wants us to do. We're not supposed to be spending our strength on women. We're supposed to be focusing on other things. Women definitely, there's so many guys in society today that focus on women to the point where, I still have friends, it's like that's all they talk about. All they talk about is making money and women, money and getting pussy. It's like there's no God in that equation, there's no spiritual side to that equation, and they eventually they find out that it's a dead end, it's a dead end. Women are obviously beautiful, but if you're completely focusing on them as a man, it's almost like you're addicted to that affection that you get from a woman, and that's not how we're supposed to be. That's not how God wants us to be. We got to focus on ourselves, you guys. Focus on ourselves, our dreams. What kind of legacy are we going to leave? So we got to focus on that stuff, and we're connecting with God. He's going to help us, in this department. So semen retention is a huge help, you guys, because it gets you in a place to where, you don't really care about women too much, and you're able to go around them and be more confident, and, you're going to attract a lot more females on semen retention. So we can kind of pick and choose which ones that we want to, mess around with at that point. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep going here. It is not for kings, Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, not for rulers to crave beer, lest they drink and forget what has been decreed and deprive all of the oppressed in their rights. Okay, so he's saying right here it's about drinking alcohol. It's not for kings to drink wine, not for rulers to crave beer, lest they drink and forget what has been decreed and deprive all the oppressed of their rights. He's basically saying, it's not good for powerful dudes like us to be drinking alcohol and allowing ourselves to be forgetful and forgetting a lot of this information. We're supposed to be kings out here. We're supposed to be sober-minded, and we're supposed to be powerful. We're supposed to lead the way, be powerful. You know what I mean? Let beer be for those who are perishing, wine for those who are in anguish. He's basically saying, beer is for people who are depressed. Alcohol stuff is for people who are depressed, trying to numb their emotions. We go on semen retention. That's not who we are. We turn into some powerful dudes out here. So we don't want to be dimming our shine with drinking alcohol and partying and going to bars and living that whole lifestyle, you guys. Let them drink and forget their poverty and remember their misery no more. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy. Let them drink and forget their poverty and remember their misery no more. Man, he's basically, that's what he's saying. He's saying alcohol and things like that are for people who are miserable, you guys, for basically like the homeless people and stuff who, that's a whole different category, you guys. We're not in that category, so it's important for us to realize that alcohol is not going to do anything but enhance. It's not going to enhance semen retention. It's going to do the opposite. It's going to numb our emotions. It's going to numb that spiritual connection that we have with God. And it's just, you guys, luckily I'm 16 months sober, so I've been in sobriety. And so I know what it's like to be sober and to put together sobriety with semen retention. It's a pretty serious combination, you guys. So I just wanted to make this video, man, to remind you guys, because that is who my old self was. It was chasing women, drinking a lot, going out, smoking weed, doing all that whole party lifestyle. And since I put that down and gone on semen retention, it's literally like night and day, you guys. So if anybody's struggling with that, it says right here in the Bible. And there's also a bunch of people talking about semen retention on the internet who basically say that drinking alcohol and living that party lifestyle does not go hand in hand. So if you guys are taking part in that, I would really suggest that you try to put that down, because it's going to help you level up in a way that you can't do it if you're drinking. You got to be sober, and then you start to retain, and we level up in all areas of our life, mentally, physically, spiritually. So all right, you guys, that's the message that I wanted to get across. Much love to everybody. Hope everybody's staying strong. And I'll catch you next time. All right, guys.